The Atlantic Ocean was calm that morning. The small research vessel, Aurora, sliced quietly through the blue water as sunlight shimmered across the endless horizon. For marine biologist Maya Torres, this expedition was the opportunity of a lifetime. For Captain Daniel Cole, it was another journey across dangerous waters. But for the man who funded the expedition, it was something entirely different. Victor Langston stood quietly at the edge of the deck, watching the ocean with a calculating expression. Officially, the expedition was searching for a rare underwater cave ecosystem. Unofficially, Victor believed something else was hidden there, something far more valuable. By late afternoon, the sky had begun to change. The horizon darkened as thick storm clouds slowly rolled across the ocean. Daniel studied the radar screen inside the control cabin. His expression tightened. "This storm wasn't supposed to be here," he muttered. Maya stepped beside him. "Is it bad?" Daniel exhaled slowly. "It's moving fast." Outside, the wind began to rise. The ocean shifted from calm waves to restless swells. Victor walked into the cabin. "How long until we reach the coordinates?" he asked. Daniel frowned. "Storm like this, we should turn back." Victor's eyes hardened. "We didn't come this far to leave empty-handed." Night arrived quickly. The sky turned black. Lightning split the clouds as massive waves slammed against the Aurora. The boat rocked violently. "Hold on," Daniel shouted. The wind howled across the deck. Rain poured down like sheets of glass. Maya struggled to keep her balance. "This storm is insane." Daniel fought the steering wheel as the boat climbed another towering wave. Then suddenly, the engine coughed once, twice, then died. The boat drifted helplessly. Daniel rushed below deck. The engine compartment smelled strongly of fuel. He knelt beside the motor and froze. The fuel line had been sliced. Clean, intentional. This wasn't an accident. Someone had sabotaged the boat. Daniel slowly climbed back to the deck. Maya saw his face. "What happened?" Daniel looked directly at Victor. "The engine didn't fail." His voice was calm. "Someone made sure it would." Victor didn't even try to deny it. "You wouldn't have continued the expedition," he said calmly. Maya stared at him. "You sabotaged the boat." Victor's voice was cold. "The cave we're searching for isn't just scientific." Daniel narrowed his eyes. Victor continued. "There's an old shipwreck inside that cave. Gold from a colonial transport ship." Maya's heart dropped. "You risked our lives for treasure." Victor smiled slightly. "Fortunes have been built on far greater risks." Another violent wave slammed the boat. Water rushed across the deck. The Aurora was beginning to sink. "Forget the treasure," Daniel shouted. "We need the emergency raft." But Victor stepped in front of them. "No one leaves until we reach the coordinates." Lightning struck the mast. The explosion knocked Victor to the floor. Daniel grabbed Maya. "Move." Water poured into the lower deck. The boat tilted sharply. They pulled the emergency raft free just seconds before the Aurora disappeared beneath the waves. The ocean swallowed the vessel. Now they were alone, drifting in the middle of the storm. The storm continued for hours. Cold rain soaked them. Massive waves lifted and dropped the raft again and again. Maya shivered violently. "What if no one finds us?" Daniel checked the emergency beacon. One small blinking light. One chance. He pressed the activation switch. A silent signal shot into the dark sky, but the ocean remained empty. Morning finally arrived. The storm faded into distant clouds, but the ocean stretched endlessly in every direction. No ships, no land, just silence. Hours passed. Then suddenly, Maya heard something, a faint sound above the wind. A distant helicopter. Daniel grabbed the flare gun. He fired. A red streak burned across the sky. The helicopter turned and began flying toward them. The rescue crew lowered a line. Moments later, Daniel and Maya were lifted from the raft. As the helicopter rose above the water, Maya looked down at the endless ocean. Victor was gone. The ocean had claimed him. Daniel looked at the sunrise breaking across the horizon. "Greed sank the ship," he said quietly, "but survival brought us home." Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, make sure to like and subscribe for more.